In today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how I made this anime dragon water skill inside Roblox Studio using Claude MCP and AI tools. In the previous video, I showed the full skill demo, but in this one, I'll break everything down from character setup, animation, dragon effects, VFX, scripting, and NPC combat system. So first, this is the starter character. I'm going to bring it into Workspace so I can explain how everything is built. Basically, this is a Tanjiro character that I downloaded from the Roblox toolbox. You can find it easily by searching for R15 Tanjiro and selecting the first result. You can also see my Tanjiro model has a different face. That's because I replaced the original face with my own custom face decal. To add custom face decals, open Asset Manager. Here you can see all the face textures I uploaded into the Images folder. This one is the original face image generated from ChatGPT, and this one is the final transparent version after editing it inside GIMP. What I did was remove all the skin parts and keep only the eyes, nose, and mouth. Your image should be square size. I usually use 512 by 512 pixels. Also, make sure the face is scaled smaller and centered in the middle. Otherwise, it will stretch badly when applied to the character head. Now let me show you how to edit it in GIMP. There are many ways to erase the background. One simple way is using the eraser tool. But if your image is JPG, when you erase something, you'll see a gray background instead of transparency. To fix that, right-click the layer and add Alpha Channel. Now when we erase, the background becomes transparent. For detailed cleanup, I usually use the lasso selection tool. Just click around the area you want to remove, then press backspace to delete it. For large areas with the same color, the Magic Wand tool works really well. Once you finish editing, export the image as PNG format. This is very important because if you use JPG, Roblox Studio will show a black background instead of transparency. In GIMP, you can simply rename the file with .png before exporting. Now let's import the face into Roblox Studio. Click the bulk import button and select your PNG face image. After importing, you'll see it appear inside the Asset Manager Images folder. To apply it, simply drag the image directly onto the character face. One important thing to note is that this only works with classic heads. If your character uses dynamic head, this method won't work. I already made another tutorial explaining how to convert dynamic heads into classic heads with custom faces. So check the link in the description if you need that. Now let's remove the old face decal and assign the new one. Nice, the custom face is now applied. But the skin tone looks too white, so let's select the head and change the skin color. I'll use this yellow tone to make it match better. Now for the sword. You can see my character is holding Tanjiro's sword. I got this model from the Demon Slayer kit asset inside Toolbox. Search for Demon Slayer kit and select the first result. Inside the package, you'll find many assets I used for this entire skill demo, including the sword. To attach the sword, copy the sword model, select your character, add a tool object, then paste the sword into it. Inside the sword model, you'll see a handle part. Move that handle directly under the tool object, then remove the empty model folder. Now the sword tool is ready. The sword attaches automatically, but the position is incorrect, so we need to align it using Grip Editor. Go to the Plugins tab and enable Grip Editor tool. If you don't have it installed, don't worry, it's free in the toolbox. Just search for Grip Editor tool and install it. Now enable the plugin and select the sword tool. You'll see a virtual character preview. From here, rotate and move the sword until it aligns correctly with the hand. Next, we need the sword skill animation. This animation was heavily assisted by AI tools. You don't need to animate everything from scratch anymore. You can ask Claude, Cursor, Codex, Anti-Gravity, or other AI desktop apps to generate the base animation for you first. Then you improve it manually later. To do this, first enable MCP Server inside Roblox Studio. Click the galaxy icon and open MCP Server settings. You can see I already enabled MCP configurations for several AI apps. I also made detailed tutorials about MCP setup, so check the links in the description if you want full installation guides. Once Claude opens, let's test the connection with Roblox Studio. After connected successfully, we can ask Claude to generate a combat animation for us. Here is the exact example prompt I used. Create a Roblox R15 sword combo animation named Tanjiro Flux Combo. The style should feel inspired by Demon Slayer combat, readable and smooth. The combo includes 4 slash chains, alternating directions from right to left and left to right. After the 4th slash, the character jumps into a spinning airborne attack with 2 full body rotations, then finally transitions into a falling vertical sword slam with a finisher hit animation marker on impact. The AI will generate all the animation data automatically for Roblox R15. Once finished, the animation will appear like this. If you want the animation faster, simply select all keyframes and drag them shorter in the timeline. Just remember to also move the animation events together with the keyframes. You can also right-click to add animation events manually. For example, I added one marker when the slam begins and another one called finisher hit when the dragon touches the ground. Now, let's build the dragon effect. Inside the Demon Slayer kit, find Constant Flux Dragon. It's the blue dragon head model. Inside the model, there are many separate meshes, so we need to weld them together. Copy the dragon model and paste it into the character. Move it near the player. Now create a new mesh part and rename it to main head. This part will control the entire dragon head rig. Inside main head, add weld constraints connecting all other dragon meshes. Set part 0 to main head and part 1 to the other pieces. Then add a motor 6D into humanoid root part. Set part 0 to humanoid root part and part 1 to main head. This allows the dragon head to animate together with the character rig. Now open Animation Editor and animate the dragon head alongside the sword animation. Also, set main head transparency to 1 and disable collision so the invisible controller part doesn't interfere with gameplay. Next, let's add water trails. Inside main head, add an attachment. Inside that attachment, add a trail object. For the trail texture, I used this water trail asset. Copy the texture ID and paste it into the trail texture property. Then create another attachment called Attachment 2 and move it slightly to define the trail width. Assign Attachment 0 and Attachment 1 inside the trail settings. For my trail settings, I used Lifetime 0.5, Min Length 0.1, and Max Length 0. You can also tweak the color and brightness to make the water glow stronger. If you increase the lifetime, the trail becomes longer. Now, let's look at the Slam VFX. Inside the character, I created a Slam VFX folder containing all visual effects used during the finisher attack. Most of these effects came directly from the Demon Slayer kit. For example, this smoke effect comes from Mist Upwards. This water aura effect comes from another asset. The Thunder Beam effect was recolored blue to fit the Water Dragon theme. There are also additional thunder and mist effects taken from the same package. Next, Claude helped generate a local script called Dragon Anim Controller inside starter character scripts. This script handles almost everything. It plays the attack animation when left click is pressed. It shows and hides the dragon mesh and water trail during the animation. It also activates the Slam VFX particles when the finisher hit marker triggers. This section welds all Slam VFX parts to the humanoid root part. This function hides the dragon mesh. This function enables the slam effects. It also plays dragon roar sounds, and this part listens for animation marker signals from the animation editor. Whenever the finisher hit marker triggers, the script executes the Slam VFX logic. And this function handles the full dragon attack sequence, including cooldown control. Now for the enemy NPC. I used a free Muzan model from Toolbox. Just search for Muzan and select the R6 version. Then I added Hit VFX and Finisher VFX onto the NPC. These effects are also from the Demon Slayer kit. This splash effect is a little small right now, so I'll probably scale it bigger later. For the Finisher effect, I used this Mist Twirl asset. To make effects follow the NPC correctly, I welded them to the humanoid root part using weld constraints. Claude also helped generate the NPC Combat Controller script. This script handles attack damage, slam damage, knockback force, execution timing, and respawn logic. These are the knockback and execution animation IDs that Claude generated earlier. If you don't want to animate those yourself, you can simply ask Claude or another AI MCP app to generate them for you too. And that's basically how I created this anime dragon water skill inside Roblox Studio using Claude MCP and AI-assisted workflows. If this tutorial helped you, make sure to like and subscribe because I'll continue making more advanced Roblox AI workflow tutorials like this. And let me know in the comments what anime skill you want me to build next.